So I guess technically this is our second date.
Yeah. I get to know my star reporter for The Blaze really well, and her name is Lyla. And she just comes into Navid's life right after Navid and Adrianna break up. And so we all know that Navid and Ade have a horrible breakup and over Teddy Montgomery, and so he has this new relationship, and a lot goes down with the two. And we all know Adrianna wants to get back with Navid, but that's not necessarily working out. So through the course of the latter part of the season, Navid's just laying low, but there's still a thing for Ade.
Navid will always have a special place in Adrianna's heart. Like, he's been there through everything and knows her better than anybody. It's always so funny because, like, right when you think they're gonna get back together, it's like something happens. But Navid gets a girlfriend, and Adrianna kind of freaks out. She doesn't know how to deal with it, and I think that's another thing that brings her closer to Gia, because she's felt like she's lost Navid, and then she goes to audition for a band to get her mind off of Navid. Then it turns out her bassist is Navid's new girlfriend, and now she's in a band with Navid's girlfriend. So it's dramatic, and he's always there, even when she's trying to, like, not think about him. He's there, and she's still very, very much in love with him. And like I said, he has a very special place in her heart that no one can really compete with. You know, like, even if you're a huge rock star or pop star like Javier, they don't have the history that Adrianna and Navid have, you know? Like, they weren't engaged and, like, living in each other's bedrooms, and didn't go through the whole pregnancy thing. So that's something that obviously kind of, like, outweighs a lot of the other situations, but whether or not my character goes there, it all really depends on on her mood. It's very funny. She's got a very addictive personality, and she's addicted to the highs and the lows, and he's a very constant thing in her life. But ultimately, it's really good for her, and it's like what she needs.
He knows about it, and I think he's accepted it, but I think there's one episode where he witnesses it for the first time, and it doesn't sit really well with Navid. He doesn't get it, and he almost feels like he's to blame for the relationship. So he does some investigating, and he approaches Gia, and there's some really funny circumstances. And I think episode 18, so it's a really funny episode.
Jolene, 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 please don't take him just because you can.
My plan is to record an album, hopefully, over hiatus. It's just like a passion of mine. I've been singing my whole life, and it's really funny because so many of the other storylines that my character has gone through in the past are completely out of my comfort zone. And now with, like, the singing stuff, it's like, it's very, very similar to who I am, and it's kind of mirroring my life. Like, on weekends, I'm in the recording studio, and that's what I do, and I love it. So yeah, that would be a dream of mine. Like, that's kind of like the next step that I want to take. So yeah, and you guys will get to hear some of the stuff. You get the sneak peek before everyone else, which airs in May. So.